The controversy surrounding Meghan Markle's new lifestyle brand, As Ever, has taken a dramatic turn, with none other than late-night TV host Stephen Colbert reportedly skewering the venture. As critics and fans alike react to the staggering $15 price tag for flour sprinkles and $9 for strawberry jam, the harsh reality of a brand that seems to cater more to elitist aesthetics than genuine quality becomes increasingly clear. Is Markle's latest endeavor set to fail faster than her acting career? Let's delve deeper. Meghan Markle's journey from the Duchess of Sussex to lifestyle entrepreneur was always going to be scrutinized. However, few could have predicted the public's overwhelmingly negative reaction to As Ever. The brand, marketed as a high-end but ethically conscious line of goods, instead comes off as pretentious and overpriced. Critics are questioning whether Markle has lost touch with reality, particularly as global economic challenges persist. While some may view Colbert's sharp critique as nothing more than comedic exaggeration, his biting words reflect a growing sentiment among consumers. The idea of shelling out $15 for a tiny jar of decorative flour sprinkles or $9 for a jar of basic strawberry jam reeks of privilege. It's as if Meghan, in her quest to redefine herself, has instead alienated the very audience she claimed to represent. Is this the final nail in the coffin of her public persona? A branding disaster, one of the fundamental issues plaguing As Ever, is its inability to resonate with the average consumer. At a time when many are tightening their budgets, Markle's insistence on pushing luxury goods packaged as necessity items feels deeply out of touch. Social media backlash was swift, with users openly mocking the brand's ethos and questioning Meghan's sincerity. As more details about the brand's production and pricing emerge, it becomes increasingly evident that As Ever might be more of a vanity project than a genuine business endeavor. The packaging, which many have described as uninspired and overly simplistic, only adds to the perception that Markle's brand lacks substance. Is As Ever doomed? The real test will come when the initial hype wears off. Despite selling out on launch day, there are credible claims suggesting that the scarcity was artificially manufactured to create an illusion of popularity. If consumers begin to see through this tactic, the backlash could escalate. It wouldn't be the first time a celebrity brand tanked after an initial wave of excitement. As the debate rages on, it's worth questioning whether Meghan's ambitions align with reality. Her transition from royal duties to lifestyle branding seems less like an evolution and more like a misstep. Stephen Colbert's alleged criticism may just be the spark that ignites a broader conversation about celebrity privilege, hypocrisy, and the dangers of living in an echo chamber. In many ways, the As Ever brand exemplifies the dissonance between celebrity ideals and public sentiment. Meghan's attempts to craft an image rooted in luxury and ethical consumerism are falling flat when juxtaposed with the economic realities faced by her target audience. While her intentions might have been genuine, the execution appears tone-deaf. This disconnect fuels perceptions that Meghan, despite her claims of advocating for social justice and accessibility, is more concerned with maintaining a curated, upscale image than genuinely understanding her consumer base. Colbert's satirical dismantling of the brand's premise strikes a chord because it mirrors the disillusionment of consumers who feel increasingly alienated by celebrities who preach one lifestyle while profiting from another. The inherent irony of a woman who once condemned media intrusion now relentlessly promoting herself through a brand built on her public persona is not lost on the public. Such contradictions only serve to erode trust. Ultimately, As Ever might survive the initial controversy, but the long-term viability of the brand hinges on whether Meghan can reassess and realign her business strategy with the values she professes to support. Without an authentic connection to her audience, the brand risks becoming a fleeting novelty rather than a lasting legacy. The question remains whether Meghan Markle is willing to evolve her approach or remain steadfast in her vision, regardless of consumer reception. If Meghan genuinely wants to sustain the brand's presence, she must reconsider the way she communicates with her audience. Rather than leaning into the perception of exclusivity and luxury, there is a need for authenticity, transparency, and a clear reflection of the values that she once championed. Consumers today are increasingly discerning and are more likely to connect with brands that demonstrate a down-to-earth ethos rather than one wrapped in the allure of unattainable luxury. The challenge lies in finding a balance between Meghan's desire for a prestigious brand image and the public's demand for relatable, affordable, and meaningful products. If she remains steadfast in presenting as ever as a high-end, aspirational lifestyle brand without addressing consumer concerns, it risks fading into the background as just another celebrity project that failed to meet expectations. Time will tell whether Meghan is willing to take a more grounded approach or if she will continue on her current path. However, if there's one lesson to be drawn from the backlash, it's that success in the lifestyle market requires more than just a famous name. It demands an understanding of the cultural pulse and a willingness to adapt. For Meghan Markle, acknowledging and addressing the criticism may be the only way to secure her brand's longevity. In the aftermath of Helen Mirren's cutting remark, media outlets buzzed, social platforms exploded, and the line between sympathy and scrutiny blurred further. This wasn't some random celebrity feud, it was emblematic of a broader disillusionment. The UK and much of the world once watched Harry with protective affection. He was the boy who endured unspeakable loss in the harshest of spotlights. But that compassion has curdled into frustration. Where once stood a royal icon of resilience, now stands a man perceived to be addicted to victimhood, embroiled in a self-imposed identity crisis fueled by grievance and greed. Critics have long warned that Harry's transition from prince to personality risked cheapening not only his legacy but also the dignity of the monarchy he claims to respect. And now, more than ever, that warning feels prophetic. With every interview, every Netflix special, and every headline-grabbing lawsuit, Harry digs deeper into the very culture of spectacle he once condemned. What Helen Mirren did was voice the unspoken consensus. It's no longer brave, bold, or groundbreaking, it's exhausting.